Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how much money I actually make from YouTube itself, which is something I would have loved to know before I started my channel because I honestly had no idea. And what I always heard, and what you've probably always heard, is that you need to have a lot of views to actually make any money at all from YouTube. So that was what I expected going in, but what I found was actually very, very different, and it was considerably more than I expected to make. I expected zero, and it's more, as you'll be seeing. I'll be actually sharing inside my YouTube account. You can look at the analytics and all the numbers over my shoulder, and I'll break it all down for you. So we'll be diving into that in just a second. I also want to mention that, as I kind of said, I expected to make no money at all when I started on YouTube. That was honestly my expectation. I thought that having an audience might be something valuable to me 5 years down the road, something like that. I never thought that it would turn profitable as quickly as it did. And here I'm mainly focusing on the money I make from YouTube itself, the YouTube Adsense revenue that comes from ads displaying on videos like this one at the beginning. But what I also found was that there's way more money in this in all the other ways that you can monetize your YouTube channel. So I'll mention those as well and maybe break those down in further detail another time. So now in a sec here, we'll just jump into the analytics, but first smash the like button because that helps this channel to grow. It's not just some vanity metric. In fact, I actually think it's really stupid to have to ask for it, but that's part of how YouTube works, which is what I'm talking about in this video. So smash the like button so we can feed the algorithm and hopefully get this video pushed out and maybe grow the channel a little bit or something like that. All right, so here we are in my back end, my YouTube creator dashboard in the analytics tab. It defaults to 28 days. I'm gonna switch to last 30 days just because that's we're more used to thinking in terms of 30 days than 28 days. So here we have it for the last, this is what you want to see, right? For the last 30 days, I have made $872.41 from YouTube ad revenue. Again, these are the the pop-up ads before the video, occasionally the ones that show in the middle, the skippable ones basically at the end. Little pop-up ones are a small portion. I'll break down the different ad types, but for the most part, it's those skippable video ads. Here you can see it's sort of like day by day. A spike like this, I think this might have actually been my highest day ever. We'll look at that in a second, but I obviously posted a video on this day and that was why it was higher. And then you can see it kind of baselines and pops up on days that I post videos and then kind of trickles and tapers off. You can also see sort of these other analytics, but I guess that's not really what we're focusing in on here. Let's break down a different time interval. Let's first go, let's say just for 2019. So I'm recording this on April 15th. And I also forgot to mention at the beginning, at the time of this recording, I have 21,570 subscribers. I will pop up a screenshot that I just took. So here we go. This is just for 2019 so far. So we're about 3.5 months into the year as of today. And we can see that here for the year so far, these 3.5 months, I have got $2,765.80 from YouTube. Just the AdSense. This is the cut that is actually sent to me. I'll break down in a minute. YouTube actually takes a larger cut. They are selling the ad spots to advertisers. So let's say they sell, 500 views for $1 or whatever. I don't get the whole dollar. YouTube takes a chunk. We'll break that down in a second, but this is the chunk that is actually goes to the creator. And I'll also mention, this has nothing to do with subscribers. This has everything to do with views, and it also has to do with CPM, which is cost per mil. It means basically the charge per 1,000 views. And in a minute, you'll see that this is actually hugely different depending on the topic of your videos. So for me in the entrepreneur space, that is much, much, much higher because I'm making videos about making money and all of that type of things. And those are high value ad spots compared to if you were just making prank videos or, just random funny videos that don't have a lot of value to advertisers, then you're making pennies on the dollar. So that is a huge reason why I have, with such a relatively small amount of views in the YouTube world, I'm very grateful for how many views I have been able to get, but it's relatively small in the YouTuber world, and it's still a considerable dollar amount. I mean, it's more than nothing, which is what I expected, right? This is one of my smallest income streams, but I see it as purely a bonus because I expected it to be zero. In fact, I expected it to be negative because I have an editor helping me with my videos as well, which I'll get into. Let's just go to lifetime, and this will be a little bit weird. I'll explain, because I technically started my YouTube channel like 8 years ago, but I never posted. And so we should really hone in on just, this period right here of when I actually started, uploading videos. My channel was actually eligible for monetization immediately because I had uploaded some random video like 8 years ago that got the amount of views to have the threshold for monetization. This was before they recently changed it to require 1,000 subscribers. So I had like, I don't know, 8 subscribers, but I had, the 10,000 views or whatever it required for monetization. So I was really monetized by day one. So we can see the total that I've made so far since getting serious-ish about YouTube almost 2 years ago is $14,669.89 from YouTube ad revenue. Now let me just hone in on this part so we can see this a little bit more clearly. All right, so here we're looking from July 1st, 2017 until 2 days ago, because the last 2 days of data, it takes a couple of days. We can literally go and see 3 cents on my very first day of when I actually posted, 3 cents. And then very quickly, it was already a few bucks a day, which is pretty crazy. By the way, some of this weird watch time stuff is because I've actually run ads myself. So I've actually been an advertiser on YouTube, not just benefiting from the ads. I've actually paid to be on the other side of it, but that changes your watch time. So that's why this goes all wonky right here. But as you can see, it just like grows. You can see peaks when videos start to get pushed. You can see it was tapering here a bit, but then I got a big peak here, tapering, and then some of these really high days. I think that was the 71 that I mentioned. And let me just look at last 365 days to make this graph look a little bit prettier and easier to use. So, okay, now we can see the data points easier. And yep, just popping up, random video spikes and stuff like that. But always kind of tapering, which is part of why YouTube is hard is, if you're not constantly feeding it, like it's going to just taper, and you're always trying to get that boost, which is kind of where my channel has been stuck now for the past year of trying to get that next boost. So make sure you smash that like button, drop comments, and subscribe to the channel to hopefully get my channel out of YouTube algorithm jail. So now let's look into which videos actually made me the most money. So again, I'm looking from July of 2017 just to capture when I've actually been actively uploading. And also here you can see that you have your estimated revenue, your estimated ad revenue, and then your YouTube premium revenue, blah, blah, blah. So this comes from like YouTube Red or whatever. This comes from like, I don't know, people sending tips on the live stream or something like that, but it all adds up to this. So anyways, so you can see the date range here, about 2 years. And my highest video here is Do I Need Jungle Scout? That one has made me over $1,800. Is Amazon FBA Dead over $1,100? 0 to 2.5 million in sales, $700. FBA Too Late in 2019, $450. And then really down from there, you can see that a lot of them don't make all that much money, but the ones that really break out, it is dramatically different than the ones that don't, of course. So now let me explain what I meant about CPMs. I'm gonna go into ad rates here, and this is what determines how much money you're actually making for your amount of views. All right, so here I'm on the page where you can see the CPM. By the way, I forget the real nuances between playback based and CPM. I think this is more like your actual, and this is like some kind of estimation. The details don't exactly matter to me, but the main thing you'll notice here is that this says over the same time period, $25,000 versus the $14,600 that I was already showing you. That is because YouTube is taking that difference. That is their cut of the ad placement. So again, the customer, the advertiser, pays for their ad spot. YouTube takes a chunk, creator gets a chunk. That's the way that this all works. So scrolling down video by video, you'll see that the CPM varies by the type of content that is being made. So for example, this Jungle Scout one, this is one where I was talking about Jungle Scout, which is a software for Amazon sellers. That one was highly valuable, probably because Jungle Scout probably advertises on it, and other Amazon related software probably advertise on that video because they're trying to get in front of Amazon sellers that are looking to pay for software. So the CPM on that one is extremely high. This one, if FBA, is even higher. That's just because people are advertising Amazon courses. Maybe I'm doing that if I'm running ads myself. That's why some of these are so much higher. Now let's see one that's lower. Okay, so here's a great example. I made a more random video about a watch that I purchased, and there you can see the CPM is far lower than the average, but that gives you an idea of how the cost per 1,000 views is dramatically different whether you're making entrepreneurship content, investing content, about talking about watches, talking about cameras, or you're talking about, travel or pranks or whatever the channel is about. Dramatically influences how much those views are worth to advertisers. And that's why it shocked me so much that even at a relatively small amount of views, a channel that is in a niche that is higher CPM can actually make okay money. Again, I expected straight up zero. Now we can also see ad type. So here you'll see the different ad placements, like all the different options of where ads actually show up on your video. You'll see that the huge bulk of the revenue here is from the skippable video ads. Those are the ones that the pre-roll ads, the mid-roll, the end, and then you can see these other more obscure placements that are only, all of these other ones only make up the other 10% of all of the revenue. And you'll notice they're actually at lower CPMs as well, because those ad placements aren't as premium. They're not as good for advertisers. People don't like those ads, right? Like, have you ever clicked on the little pop-up one at the bottom? I personally do. I mean, those ones seem spammy, whereas pre-roll is like, sometimes it's good stuff, sometimes it's not. Okay, so now I need to kind of take back some of what I already said. So yes, it does say that I made $14,669 from just the little YouTube ad revenue. In reality, I've made much, much, much more off of my YouTube channel by monetizing in other ways. But this $14,000, I didn't really make all of either, because I pay for an editor. Francis is editing this video right now. He does a great job. I pay him to do that. In fact, when I started my YouTube channel, I was losing money every video because I was making $0 and then 3 cents and then $1 a day, and I was paying for video edits. But that was because I wanted to do this and I saw long-term value in other ways. I wanted to have leverage. Again, years down the road, I thought that it would be useful for the connections or for something. So it's hard to estimate exactly how much I've paid just specifically for video edits over this period, but I would estimate most of this has gone right back to edits. Now, the interesting part is, as I said, I've made far more than this off of YouTube, and YouTube ad revenue is one of my smallest income streams. So let me quickly get into some of the other ones off the back of YouTube. So YouTube first, other than making $1 a day, it allowed me to start consulting. So I started doing one-on-one consulting calls where people would call me for advice on their Amazon e-commerce selling business. That's what I talk mainly about on this channel. As many of you that are already subscribed know, I talk about selling stuff on Amazon, basically. So I help people with that, and they pay me to get on the phone and ask me questions, stuff like that. That was the first way I monetized. Now, also affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing has been considerably higher than the amount you're seeing here from YouTube ad revenue. That is for recommending other people's products. So for example, if we go to my Jungle Scout video and check out the description, you'll see that I have a link for a discount to Jungle Scout. So if people then sign up to Jungle Scout, then I get a piece of that sale. That is affiliate marketing. And I've done that for other resources, only ones that I actually use and stand by, and those add up to considerably more than the YouTube ad revenue itself. And here are the coaching calls, as I mentioned that already. And the other way that I have monetized my YouTube audience is through creating my course. So I have a course called Zero to Brand, which is how to get up and selling and launch your brand on Amazon FBA and start a business for yourself. So that has been the largest income stream from YouTube itself. Now, obviously, before YouTube, my only income stream was doing Amazon myself for several years. That was my only income stream. And then this has, branched out into all of these other ones. So affiliate marketing is definitely going to be one of the key things that YouTubers can do to immediately make more money. You know, it depends on your niche. If you could potentially offer coaching and consulting, or create a course, or, you know, sell merch or other products. A lot of YouTubers do brand deals and stuff like that where they get free stuff. I don't think of myself as a YouTuber in that way. I make videos about entrepreneurship and making money and personal development and making your life better and things like that. I don't think I would ever do any of those, but I am all for monetizing in ethical ways. You know, monetizing isn't about how to trick your audience into buying something. It's about how can you provide value to your audience, even if they pay for it. I personally think there is nothing wrong with that. And I think that I personally get value out of things that I pay for. So, you know, that is the economy, right? We're paying for things that we see more value of. So think about that on your YouTube channel. Think about that in your businesses. How can you make it a good exchange for the other person? Anyways, what do you think? Is this more or less money than you thought I was making from YouTube itself? Let me know in the comments. Let me know anything in the comments. Again, feed that algorithm, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that bell to be truly subscribed if you're interested in videos like this or videos not like this, because most of them are about Amazon and e-commerce or other ways to improve your life or make more money or generally be better. So if that's interesting to you, please do subscribe and check out all the other videos. In the description, you'll also find links to a bunch of resources and things that I use, free entrepreneurship Facebook group that there's no reason not to join. So I'm sure I'll see a lot of you in there. There's already over about 5,500 members in there. So get in there and yeah, check out all the other stuff and see you next time. Peace.